Greetings, everyone. Welcome. This is our special presentation called Join the Movement. And of course, this is the power thinking movement, uh, been years in the making, and we're now at a point where we want to help each and every one of you not only survive when life throws those setbacks, but put you in a position where you are always thriving. I've had many years of uh, coaching young folks, raising children, um, also running companies, turning enterprises around, going through major setbacks as well. It hasn't been all success. It's never all success. There's setbacks, there's successes, failures and successes. And we, through our Power Thinking Corp mobile app, want to help you for as little as just $5 a month to thrive. So I have a presentation here that I want to go through. So I'm going to bring that up. Of course, Power Thinking was formed many years ago to acquire the assets of another company called Reflective Learning. And Reflective Learning had intellectual property rights to this tremendous content that came out of the University of Pennsylvania's Positive Psychology Center. We inherited two 6-hour courses, one for adults, one for young people. The one for adults was being sold to businesses, major corporations for their employees to help make them more resilient. The one for young people was being sold to school districts to help teenagers. Well, we have that material, and I'm excited that we're now at a point where we want to help as many people around the world as possible. So you can invite folks. We'll repeat this probably 2 times a day, sometime during the day, and certainly 8 p.m. every evening, only 30 minutes. We want to be in and out, but most importantly, we want to help you with the information necessary, not only as it relates to positive psychology and your ability to strengthen yourself and bounce back from life's adversities, but also financial information. There was a time when I conducted a 1-hour radio show and wrote newspaper columns to simplify financial literacy. So you're going to have that opportunity as well. And in addition, there'll be coaching sessions if you want to meet with me or other coaches that we have as part of our network of really excellent people who are helping other people. You can do that as well. So we want you to join this movement, and it is a movement. This is not just a product, it is a movement. So what are we dealing with? Our focus is helping us to move through those ups and downs of life. We see people who are successful, but we don't know what they've gone through. The founder of SpaceX, for example, almost had a nervous breakdown, was nearly bankrupt, figured out a way to push through, bounce back, and move forward. Unfortunately, most people, when faced with crushing adversity, will tend to give up and not move forward. So recognize this. When we don't have these ups and downs in life, and what we may strive for is having a nice flat line. But when we're flatlining, we're dead. So bottom line, if you're not going through ups and downs in life and going through changes in life, that means you're dead. So as long as we're living, we need to be fortified. We need the information necessary to help us move forward, to help us succeed. Moving to our next slide. While you may not have any mental health issues all over the United States, and I would argue all over the world, because I've done this work in Beijing, China, in Chongqing, China, 32 million people in the Chongqing metropolitan area in China, in Tokyo, one of the largest cities, in Japan, of course, the largest and one of the largest in the world, where they had challenges with young people and depression and even suicides, and this is global. So in the United States, for example, which is, again, very typical of the rest of the world, 9 out of 10 people think that there's a mental health crisis, and we see it every day when things, get to the boiling point, and someone will say, well, this person, had a mental health a crisis. They may not even be mentally ill, but we're stressed. We have issues with relationships and with jobs. It is just what we go through, but we can actually get help and get it very inexpensively. 1/3 of the adults reported in this study found that they felt anxious either always or often in just the past year. Always or often in just the past year. And 1/3 of the folks who responded to this study could not get the mental health services that they needed. So that tells us we have a challenge, folks, and power thinking was formed to help us to meet that challenge. Now, I would ask you to do this, and I'm going to show you the elements of the Power Thinking app. You haven't seen this before, and we're going to want you to make sure you download it. And if you download the app in the stores, make sure you touch base with folks who are prominent here on LinkedIn, like Leslie Flowers and Ennio Song, and Omar M, and Cassandra Terry. They are all part of Power Thinking. Gladys Bryce and Tobaloba and Olu and Sherry Aquari, all part of Power Thinking. Make sure you get their referral code, and we'll tell you a little bit about that later. I want you to take a look at this picture and tell me what you see. So we'll take a few seconds here. Let me know what you see. What most people say they see is a person in the hospital room on the bed, possibly a woman, who is very ill, either very ill or has already passed. There's no IV in the arms. And the people outside of the room are consoling each other because of a very unfortunate and negative event. And this is the way most people look at this. However, I've had just a fraction of folks when we've presented this in various parts of the world, in various companies, who said, well, maybe this person, the people outside are happy and they're hugging because they are excited that the person in the hospital room and in the bed is actually recovering. Or perhaps she had just given birth and she's resting. So why is it that our brains are such that we tend to focus on the negative very easily, very quickly? And that's what we're here to help you with, so that you're not dwelling on negative. And our brains, by the way, are processing 50,000 thoughts a day, and 70 to 80% of those thoughts are negative. And we want to help you to be more positive so that, again, when those setbacks hit, you're ready to bounce back faster. Here's another telling exercise before we get into the mechanics of the app. These are anagrams. You've probably seen these before in your letters that you actually can unscramble and turn into a word. Now, if we start on the left-hand column with the word at the top or the anagram at the top, most people would blurt out within seconds. As you're looking at that, what do you see there? And I know you're going to feel really good about it. Yeah, most folks see coffee. But then they look closer. How many E's does coffee have? And how many E's in this series of letters? Correct. It can't be coffee. Coffee has 2 E's, for one. But as you go through the second, how about the third on the left? And the fourth? And the fifth? Okay, well, let's go to the second column. How'd you make out on the first? Let's go to the second column. On the right, the first series of letters, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Now, how many of you were able to get anything on the first column. And if you didn't, then how did you feel as you were going through? Were you getting more confident or were you getting less confident? Did you actually give up and said, I'm going to just wait to see if this is some kind of trick? And yes, it is in part a little bit of a psychological trick because most of these anagrams are unsolvable. So that should make you feel good. However, if you gave up, then what you found uh, was that you checked out early and you missed the opportunity to have success. And this is what happens in life. Many times when things get tough, especially things like sales, where folks said, I'm going to give it a try. And they call and they call and they talk to their family members and their friends, close friends, and they get rejected. And then they go, you know what? I give up. I'm just not going to do it. And when that happens, we miss the opportunity to solve a problem. We miss the opportunity to get a sale. On the second column, on the second one down, anagram down, it does make an actual word. Measure. Take a look at that. And then you continue on. And if you kept trying, you kept trying. I've only had one person out of thousands of people that actually persisted and got both. The last is resilience. And that's what we all need to improve, our ability to bounce back from life's adversities. And that's what the Power Thinking app is all about. And not only that, we give you the ability to get financial information. I was a deputy treasurer for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and we focused on doing that kind of training. So you'll be getting that with what we do with the app, and we'll share how we do that. And we give you an opportunity to get coaching as well. So what we want you to do, and you can even do it as you are watching this, is go to your Google Play Store if you have Android, go to the Apple Store if you have an Apple phone, and type in Power Thinking Corp. You're going to get a free trial, so don't worry about it. You can cancel anytime, but check us out. Many folks who are on LinkedIn, folks who are coaches, folks who are leading rooms and providing valuable information are part of the Power Thinking family. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to David Jones of the Hello LLC, who did an outstanding job, just sent me this. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to use it. And so, David, thank you very much for using it here. So again, take time to download the app. And if you heard about the app from folks like Leslie Flowers and Enio Sung or Omar M or any folks, they tell you that they have the app. Make sure that you get their referral code. And I'll tell you why that's important for them and why it's important for you. So when you go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and you type in Power Thinking Corp, not just Power Thinking, but Power Thinking C-O-R-P, you'll see that recognizable P with the sun rays, and you may see some screenshots of our app. We're so excited about it, and it's already making a difference in the lives of many. In fact, the president of the Delaware Valley Association of Black Psychologists raves about this, and that tells me that, you know, we certainly are validated. They actually had me do a 3-hour, 3 continuing education credit course for psychologists a few months ago. So that told me that we have arrived with this app. We can make a difference in the lives of millions of people around the world. So we have valuable real estate on the phone, as you see there, RP, right in between YouTube and Headspace and Paramount Plus, of course, and Facebook. We are right there. And when I say we, it's not just me, it is you as well. You are part, and you will be, if you haven't downloaded the app, you will be part of this tremendous family with valuable real estate on smartphones. and you can see us there. For all the apps I have, Power Thinking is front and center and providing valuable information. The first thing that happens when you sign up, and certainly you'll put in your credit card or your debit card, it won't be charged for 7 days if you get the $9.99 a month, or if you decide to go for the year, which is only $5 a month, only $59.99 for the entire year. You get 14 days free trial. Kick the tires, try it out. You can cancel anytime. So what happens is that when you go on, you will see this screen. And this is our home screen. And in the home screen, you'll have access to our Wednesday, about our Wednesday events, 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern time, and then 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. And these events are where we actually get our community together and we go over a particular strength or skill that we want to focus on. We have an entire framework. We actually send you those 7 inner strengths and 7 skills through our notifications, and we'll get to that in a minute, every week. And we want you to commit that framework to memory. By the way, this training has been conducted with the United States Army. The material that you're learning through this app very efficiently, they were getting face-to-face training in the U.S. Army as part of what's called their Master Resilience Program, which is part of a bigger program called Comprehensive Soldier Fitness. And as you know, they go through various challenges, especially when deployed, and may come back with PTSD and so forth. So what you're learning through Power Thinking is taught and has been taught at the U.S. Army and in other branches of service as well. So what would happen first is that every Tuesday, you'll see a new session under Next Sessions on your home screen here. And this one happened to be about stress management. You'd book the session and you see that it's booked, and we send you instructions on every Tuesday night. And then there's a countdown. How many days, how many hours, how many minutes, how many seconds until the session starts. And when that training session starts, this will turn blue and it'll say join session. You click it and you go right into our session. You also will have access to all previous sessions going back for about a year or so. So you can binge, as folks will binge on entertainment like Netflix or Prime or Paramount Plus. You can binge on those sessions and listen to the valuable input from other people, some of our co-hosts. We just had one a couple of weeks ago focused on people getting a job over 60, if you're over 60 years old, conducted by one of our longtime members, Ed Samuel, and then Carla Hill. Last week, we had one of our members who talked about the New York Knicks winning the championship and how he actually coached the star MVP player when he was a youngster. So, and next week we'll have something else. We're focusing on gratitude. So these sessions are very, very valuable. So that was the home screen, the home page. What we have coming up here is our menu. So you will see on the home page, you'll have the ability, 3 dashes where you can click that and it'll bring up our drop down menu. So this is the menu, and you'll see first notifications. And this is a significant percentage of what we do with Power Thinking. We are pushing notifications on your phone so that you're going to get micro learning from us. So here's the app, and you can see here that there's one notification. We'll send first thing in the morning what we call a Power Thinking boost. And you'll see here on our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 push notification down, right? You just bring down your notifications, and you'll see notifications from different apps like Newsbreak, and here's Amazon. There's my Outlook calendar, and there's a mindful moment from the Headspace app. Well, we're Power Thinking, and we have a presence as well. And so we're starting today sending you a boost, a positive quote that'll burst and disrupt those negative thoughts that may be coming around and keep you positive. Then later on in the day, we'll send you other notifications as well. This one was about a skill reinforcement. Learning the skill was called ABC, learning the difference between or the relationship between the adversity, the A, that you may suffer, or let's say it's a car cutting off on the road. You're going to be angry. That's the A, the adversity. The B, your belief about that adversity, which really drives the C. So we, in that particular notification we sent, we actually attached a short video that further explained the ABC skill that was developed by prominent psychologist Dr. Albert Ellis, one of the fathers of cognitive behavioral therapy. So that's the kind of thing that you'll be getting in small doses. Remember, for as little as $5 a month. So if we go back, you'll see you'll be able to go into the app in the menu. When you click notifications that I showed you at the very top of the drop-down menu, you can actually go in and see all of the notifications that we've sent over a number of months. And you can, instead of binging on a Netflix series, binge on this positive information. You'll see there, learn the powerful skill of ABC. You'll see in the morning we sent Saturday's Power Thinking Boost. Yesterday we talked about self-efficacy, which is part of the framework, one of the inner strengths of resilience, the belief that you have control of your ability to succeed. A short video associated with that. So we've taken this 6-hour course and reduced it down, to micro lessons that we're sending to you over your phone conveniently through push notifications. And here you can actually, select a particular notification and it'll come up larger on your screen. And if there's a video attached, a link attached, you'll click the link and go to the video. These notifications will also appear on your lock screen. So you ever turn your phone on and click the screen and there's a few notifications that pop up? Well, you'll see them here on your lock screen as well as your drop down. I mean, we went to great lengths to make this thing work. So now that was notifications, but you'll also get an opportunity to get an evidence-based assessment. So how are you doing with those 7 inner strengths of resilience? That's part of our framework. There's 7 strengths and there's 7 skills of resilience. As far as the strengths are concerned, there's emotion regulation, the ability to stay calm under pressure. There's impulse control, the ability not to say or do the first thing that comes to mind. There's empathy, understanding another person's experiences and emotions. There's self-efficacy, the belief that you ultimately, no matter what's going on, tornado tore down your house, your relationship is not where it needs to be, you lost the job, lost a loved one, may have lost a significant contract if you're an entrepreneur, you made 100 sales calls if you're an insurance salesperson or real estate, and no one took your call. In fact, you got cursed out on a few calls. Self-efficacy, if you're strong in self-efficacy, you're going to push through. So it's not about, the sales messaging and so forth. It is about your strength, your inner strength, your belief in yourself. Related to that is the optimism. Then there is the causal analysis, the ability to drill down to a root cause of a situation. And then finally, reaching out for help. It's a strength. I just talked to someone recently who said, well, you haven't seen me. I've been really quiet. I'm kind of isolating for now until I figure things out. I said, no, this is when you need to reach out for help. I'm glad I reached out to you. You need to reach out to folks, connect with folks when you're feeling down, and take action when faced with setbacks and challenges. So when you take the assessment, it'll let you know whether you're average, above average, or below average in a particular inner strength. And you'll know what you'll need to pay more attention to when it comes to those notifications that are coming through so that you can get stronger. And then, a few months later, you can take that assessment again and see where you stand. Again, all for as little as $5 per month. So next, we'll go to something really, really cool that I wanted to make sure that you had access to, and that's my referral. And that's where we will stop. You will have the ability to generate, a free membership for yourself by just referring a few friends, or if you want to go further, you can actually make money. So here, as an example, I referred 32 friends, and all you have to do is click share. And when you do that, your app platforms will pop up, whether it's email or if it's, it could be Facebook Messenger, it could be regular text messenger, it could be LinkedIn. As you can see there, that's what happens when you click share. And you can see there, I have about $40 that's been generated so far. You can go to any of these platforms, your regular text and your Facebook Messenger, where you can just tap send. You will have your own unique and specific code, referral code. And so when someone actually signs up, it'll track back to you, and you can actually click where it says, in this case, 30 friends joined. You'll actually click and find out who those 30 friends are that you referred the link to. And you'll have a chance to have the dollars direct deposited into your account. So we have a few tiers, and I'm just going to share with you a couple. The one, the entry level, you'll see that when you sign up, you'll pick a tier. If you want the entry level and pay for it for a year, where it's going to average about $5 a month, $59.99 for a year, a 14-day free trial, you'll get access to most of the things that we talked about. Or if you just want to go for a month, you'll get a 7-day free trial, and you'll pay $9.99 per month. We wanted to make sure that as many people as possible could afford this on a monthly basis. Take out a streaming service, or you don't have to take out two. But we do have other tiers. If you want coaching and you want the benefit of my 30 plus years of dealing with companies and traveling around and working with people, then certainly take the $49.99 per month for one 15-minute session. Or if you want 8 15-minute sessions per month, it's only $99.99 per month. So wanted to make sure that we shared this valuable information with you. Feel free to have people come back, and should be available on LinkedIn, but we're going to be showing it again, usually probably in the morning or afternoon, and then definitely 8 p.m. every evening. So again, go to your Google Play or the Apple Store and type in PowerThinking Corp. It's PowerThinking space CORP, and get the app. Be part of our community. There are going to be more things that we're going to be adding as we go down the road. This is a movement, because the stronger we are in our finances, in our ability to bounce back from life's adversities, the better we can help our family members, our friends, the folks around the world that we are helping. So I appreciate you being with us, and simply let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's any way that I can help you to thrive. Take care and make it a great one.